Are you having the same troubles I'm having with Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown? Very often we can come over to the Sharps or the Streets HQ and we can often see some random real players standing about inside of these lobbies. When we jump over to the map, we can see the whole host of these ranked races that we do have available. Some awesome races here, but we simply can't get into them because the matchmaking just doesn't work on this game. With it being always online, there's such an opportunity for this to be fantastic, but for some reason we never have matched races available to us. There's not a lot of people in the lobbies, even though there are people playing this game. Most recently I've only managed to complete a couple of races, I think that's actually in the last week or so, using the Huracan. With some people having some sensational rewards on the board so far. 29,000 SP from these ranked races. Of course, people jumping in with friends and winning races, handing losses so that other can advance up the leaderboard. We know we have got such a fantastic opportunity here for earning within the game, but the matchmaking process is awful. We know we're trying to advance forward across the bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, the solar court, the solar king, with the Pininfarina Batista being that reward for the end of season. But we have got such an issue with matchmaking in the game that really needs to be sorted out. This is a 100% online game. What we can do here though is go over to the map and push Y. We can see that player list. Clicking on their names, try and invite as many people on your map to a group as possible. From there, talk to the guys, see if they're interested in teaming up, matching up, getting some matched races, some ranked races, whatever it may be on the board. For instance, we can see here Big Sexy and Jabby, an F50 and a Porsche 911 Carrera Coupe. We do jump over here. Yeah, we do jump into one of the live races just now, live race 2 for the Road Rage, the Road Tour, the Grand Tour, whatever the series is called, guys. We do jump into that one and we do manage to get a ranked race on the board. In the F40, you guys already know I've had a fantastic bit of time with this F40, getting first place in the early leaderboard for the new live event. We'll kick it off. We'll jump through this race today in the F40. We can see we've already left the pack behind. Jabby in 4th, Big Sexy was in 3rd, now up to 2nd in the other F40. But they are quite far behind us in this one. Once again, the tune we have applied to our F40, we can see just how planted this thing really is on the road. Not a lot of competition so far. I am hoping with these match races that we can now get into by using the map as our friend, inviting people to the groups, that we'll start to have some more competitive races in game. Nice little tight section here, we know how we're going to negotiate that. Slow in, fast out, cut the right hand corner here, get the power down, where we're obviously going to cut the corner up ahead. We'll get to that one shortly. We can see Big Sexy and Jabby 2nd and 3rd place, so yes, the rest of the real players here are far more competitive than the AI. We only just keep that F40 on the road. We almost flipped it up on 2 wheels, but we do keep it down, get the power down. We're probably going to win this race regardless, 40% of the way through it. But like I mentioned, guys, with us now being able to invite people to the group, it's always been there, it's just not something I've tried to do before. But that got me thinking how many people are also not taking advantage of this, that we can invite people to a group, we can speak to them with our microphones and, you know, work together, try and get these ranked races completed. I know I'm not in a ranked race just now, we'll get into one shortly, but this is the route that we're going to have to take. For me, it shouldn't be the process that we have to do. The game being 100% online, it's always online. We shouldn't, in my opinion, have to go through the process of inviting players to a group, trying to talk to one another, convince each other to do some ranked races, to push each other up the board a little bit higher. We all probably want to push forward for that Pininfarina Batista. I specifically really want to drive that car, it looks absolutely fantastic. But without the luxury of the ranked races, it's literally impossible for us to advance and get that reward. We'll complete this race off, guys. We do take off first place, 1500 points. We do come very close to our time once again, I think a few split seconds out. Jump over to the second race today, guys, and it is a ranked race. Probably one of the worst ones we could have chosen, a supercar race in the pissing rain. We're up against a rear-wheel drive Audi R8. I don't think we're going to have much competition here. We're of course in a 4-wheel drive Huracan on standard tyres, so we do have a bit more traction here, especially with that 4-wheel drive system. Rear-wheel drive Audi R8, it's going to struggle in the rain around this course. It's going to be, you know, a fairly easy ranked race, but this is the kind of thing we do need to jump into, get these ranked races ticked off. Nido here, obviously, we kind of spoke for a little bit. We managed to get a few ranked races on the board before things got very late and we all turned off for the night. But get into that mini-map, guys, speak with the player list, invite people to a group, work with each other, get into these ranked races so that we can all push forward and unlock the Pininfarina Battista. So as we now push forward the last 5% of this race or so, it has been pretty much a clean sweep here as we expected, the R8 having no traction in the rain. We do take another win, but we do take a ranked win with the Huracan. We can start to hopefully make some progress over to the third race today. Not a lot of people were wanting to jump into the ranked races. They had these races in particular to tick off. I jumped into this race, the M4 competition versus the Taycan race with Nido once again here. We do manage to get into the same race. Ironically, we both get into the same car at this point. I fully expected Nido to be in a Taycan, but we're both in green M4s, which is the best colour for these M4s. Absolutely no argument just there. We know we've got the fight on our hands against those Taycans. They're unbelievably fast. I can't use an electric car in this game. You guys know that I have to have the internal combustion engine, the noise behind us when we are racing. But it's going to be a good test of our capabilities against Nido in the exact same car, against the exact same cars on the same track. It's going to be good to see how we can drive and perform against another real player, which has been such a... it's been missing in the game. I think that's the best way to phrase it. The ranked race aspect, the PvP in the game, it really hasn't been there. I do want to see this improved. If we can see this improved in the game, we've got such a fantastic game on our hands. We need to see that improved from the devs. Let's hope going forward with the new upgrades. Of course, the latest upgrade for PS5 just came out. Very interesting one. Of course, I don't play on PS5, but with it being such a big upgrade and the game was never taken offline, it really makes me question how big that upgrade really was. But playing it on PC like I do, playing on Steam, you know, I do think this, whoa, we just clipped on the back end there from Nido. We do need to see a big upgrade here, especially from the PvP aspect of things. This is 100% always online. We already know that, and it was going to be a bit of a hindrance for the game. So that, in my opinion, is the biggest focus that this game has to have, the PvP aspect of things. What we can take from it just now though, in a race, in the M4, with Nido just behind us, I think he got collected by the AI that went off of track. We want to see more of this. We want to see, in essence, 8 cars in this race. We want to see all of them as real players. Probably don't want to be racing against AI all too much unless we're just trying to get some quick progress. We take, for instance, Forza. Now, times when we've played Forza, in my opinion, I've not had much bother at all when we're trying to do, you know, exploration or PvP, teaming up, going on with a friend or whatever. I've obviously spent many hours doing that. But when you come over to Solar Crown here, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, well, one of the friends I usually play with doesn't have it on Steam, he's playing it on Xbox, another is playing it on PS5, and we don't have the luxury of cross-platform integration with this one. That would be the biggest change I think this game could make, the biggest improvement. Cross-platform, open it up, probably take away the region restrictions also. Open it up so we can have as many players on a map as possible. Surely a game of this size that's had this much development put into it can accommodate more players in a map. At any one time, I think the most I have actually seen on a map with myself is between 4 and 6 players. That there's very poor. It really should be jam-packed. Every race, every live event, every ranked race should be so highly contested. There should be so many people in these races, and right now it simply isn't the case. So that there for me is the biggest development, the biggest improvement that the developers really need to make, is to improve PvP aspect of a fully online game. But guys, please do let me know everything you thought of that one. Is this the biggest improvement that Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown needs? If you haven't tried that out yet, guys, please do head on over to your map, push Y or whatever it may be on PS, and open up that player list. Invite many people as you can to your group and get through those ranked races. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, guys. Please tap on the like button, subscribe, tap on the bell, all the usual good stuff, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next update for Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.